Dubai has been caught, of course, right in the middle of everything that's going on with Iran. Now, as you watch these pictures, just remember, we're talking about one of the world's most prestigious, popular resorts all throughout the year. Luxury hotels, it is sort of uber luxury defines it. Not only that, and we must not forget, it is also the home to many hundreds of thousands of expats from Europe and the United States and elsewhere, along with hundreds of thousands of migrant workers who have come from the subcontinent and from Asia and who work there. That, what we were looking at the pictures, was the moment the Iranian drones struck the grounds of the US consulate in Dubai. The Secretary of State says it hit a parking lot. Now, over the weekend, DXB and the Burj Al Arab Hotel, they were damaged in minor ways by strikes. DXB is largely shut down for the fifth straight day. It's usually the busiest, or one of the busiest airports on the planet. This is what it looks like now. There are basically no planes coming in or out. And those weird ones that you see are either government flights or they are just the few repatriation flights that are getting underway. Foreign governments are now working to bring their citizens and the region home. Otherwise, you've really got very limited options. Neighbouring Oman has kept the airspace open. But of course, you've got to get there, and that means shuttle buses, private cars, quite a long drive, as you can see towards the right, from Dubai down to Muscat. You've also got 20-hour drives to Riyadh or Jeddah. That's going west out towards Saudi Arabia. That flights are departing from there. But that really is only A, if you can make the drive, B, if you've got the visa, and C, if you can get on a plane. Daria Guristrimba is the founder and CEO of the luxury travel agency Globe7. She joins me now. Daria, look, let's be clear. Those who've got lots of money can get out. I mean, you charter a plane, you drive to Oman, and off you go. You get your flex jet, your net jets, and there you are. It's the rest that the people are worried about, what you do and how you get out.
Hi, Richard. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to talk to you. So, yes, there are two ways of how to get out from the country, either from Omani border or through Saudi border. But if you hold the passport of some nationalities, you need to have the visa to cross through Saudi border. So the easiest way is to get through Oman. And the easiest way is to have the car with Oman registration, who will come and pick you up in Dubai and then bring directly to the airport, and you just fly on the private aviation or in the airlines, which are doing great right now. So there are some options how to escape the country.
My understanding is that even if you can get to Muscat, there aren't the hotels and there aren't the seats on the planes because just about every seat is taken up. Now, we know that some repatriation flights are getting underway, but it is not, but there's just not the capacity either in hotels for families or indeed for getting on aircraft.
Yeah, but we should be very clear on the point that not everyone is trying to get from the country. So the government and the hospitality sector is handling the situation so well. And that's actually the first time when someone in the world is doing everything so great. So we have all our partners always online, and we have support from everyone, sales directors, general managers, everyone is helping. The guests are supported. So we have some type of parts of clients who don't want to leave the country, and they're staying until the airspace will be open and will fly out from Emirates. So not everyone is leaving. Someone is staying. And those who are leaving, for them, we are able actually to book even some regular flights. It's not so bad as it seems.
Give me an idea of what it costs to charter a plane, say from Muscat up to Europe, or just to get as far, or to get up to London. What sort of amount are we talking about, do you think?
So that's an interesting question because at this point of time, only Turkish operators are flying to get people out, and you can fly either to Turkey. Most of the people are going to Turkey. Less of them are coming to Europe, so mostly like it's Istanbul, and they're doubling the prices. So the cost of the private jet now is starting from around 120, 130K up to 200.
That's for the plane, and otherwise, it's wait and see.
Yes.
Of course, if this ends, now on a wider issue here, when this finishes, how difficult do you think it will be for these destinations to rebuild, not not their reputation for quality service, blah blah blah. That will come back straight away, but for stability and security.
Richard, we live in the world of instability, unfortunately. Since 6 years, when the COVID started and the war in Ukraine, and I'm Ukrainian, so I escaped the country the same way, and we had all the same problems 4 years back, 4 years ago. Then, since the beginning of the year, we had the conflict in Venezuela, which led to disruption of the air to send bots during New Year holidays. Then last month we
Sure.
had a Mexico situation. Now it's Middle East, so, which means that people are getting used to live in this uncertainty, and we expect that everything will be back to normal as soon as the conflict will be over. The question is when. That's the major question.
I'm grateful for you tonight. It's late. It's getting late into the evening, and thank you for joining us out of London tonight.